You know, the truth about some of this ancient archaeology, about these caves that sometimes people come across, there's something to that. And I'm really not quite sure what that is just yet. Because there was a cave in Afghanistan discovered during the Afghanistan war that had a UFO embedded in a rock. It was embedded in the boulder inside of the cave, a kind of a machine thing, embedded in a rock. And people would go to see this. Even Angela Merkel, some European leaders, went to see this thing. And it's like this kind of weird machine, but it was like embedded into an archaeological time zone epoch. So something's kind of weird about the past. There's something weird and mystical about the past. I still not explained. Yeah, there is. No. And this was on the web about 20 years, 15 years ago. I don't know if it's still on there or not. That's the thing about some of this UFO craft work, is that these amazing videos, they disappear, they vanish. Someone or something expunges the web of this video technology, you see. And this is also a weird phenomenon, too. Like, we're being watched and we're not supposed to know something. We're not supposed to know a lot, as a matter of fact, because most of those videos about 10 years, and every one I came across, it was kind of cool. I would put it on my archive on my YouTube, and I have hundreds of them that I would come across. I mean, hundreds, but then when I go look now, they're all vanished, they're all gone. It's a rare few that's even left. And I know that people that posted those don't go back and take them off. That's the weird phenomenon, And they do have film tapes of actually extraterrestrials walking out of those aircraft. I mean, even teenagers. In particular, there was a group of young Chinese teenagers who were just on a day drive with new cell phone cameras, and they see this video coming across. They're driving down the highway, and they see this video UFO coming across like this. There's 3 teenagers, 2 girls and a young man. And so they say, and so, they go over there and they stop and they go look at the craft. They got their cameras going. They run out of the car and go look at it. And they go in behind the bush and they come and look at this craft that landed. And the aliens step out of the craft. Absolutely, they got it on tape. And the aliens, this in particular one, was tall. It was ganglionic. It was long, but it was like ethereal, effervescent green. Like it was almost made of like jello or solid, but it was kind of loopy. It was like a tall guy, a tall, skinny guy, and he just walked out of the craft like this. And he looked around, and you could almost see through his skin. Yeah, it was effervescent like that, and they got it on tape. But I bet you that tape's gone now. Yeah, I bet you it's gone. It's very controversial tape. Because when I went back to look at it like a few months later, it was like you couldn't get to it anymore. Yeah, it's a weird thing like that. Some kind of weird things going on. They don't want us to know this whole story, I promise you. The upper beam, they don't want us to know that we're being held under exponential guilt. Because if we do, we'll start worshiping their aircraft or something, we won't be the necessary food for their vitality. These are galactic empires. These are cultures that maybe are 150 million years ahead of us, that come from the center core of the galaxy, you see. And they're out here, and they can swoop through the universe like, or even transform through space-time. I've seen that, where they just morph in the middle of the sky. But they come from the core of the galaxy, which has solar systems easily 150 million years ahead of us. So, the question is, what are we going to be in 150 million years from now, assuming we survive the next 100 years? We won't be like these creatures. The core of the galaxy is much older. We're a star system out on the boonies, way out in a very, like, ghetto land of the Milky Way galaxy. So, but those core black star solar systems, they're easily 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million years ahead of us. Yeah, they've transcended space-time easily. The ones that survived had. Now, the ones that didn't survive, you don't hear about them, you see. And we're threatening to extinguish ourselves here. We won't make it. If we don't make this century, we won't make it. That's the problem here.